Libra Ascendant, Libra Risings, this is your March 2020 video. We're going to discuss the full moon. We are also going to discuss Neptune. We're going to discuss the sun. We're going to discuss feelings, emotions, high levels of intuitive abilities cropping up. We are going to go deep. We are going to talk about picking up on others' vibes, literally. We're going to give you the degrees and the dates, and we're going to dip into it right here, right now with all astrology. Here we go. Neptune. It is all about the ethereal realms, diving into the 5D side, right? The non-material, non-physical plane. Neptune is going to be sitting, or I should say the sun and Neptune are going to be going hand in hand together. It's not going to be for very long, but you want to know when it happens, because it's not an abrasive energy. It just kind of happens, and you'll be in the midst of it, and you want to have some understanding who else will be in the midst of it with you, because this is a very intimate time. It is a time when we are literally merging with another's energy. It is a time when the sun, which is how we express, it is how we emit, it is our beams that radiate from us. This is a time when it is going to very easily hook up with the Neptune energy. Neptune is high sensitivities. All right. Every person, depending upon who you are and where you're at in your level of evolution, has everything to do with how sensitive your layers to your being are. When Neptune and the sun touches Neptune, it lights it up. So it lights up and heightens the sensitivities, which means it lowers your physical resistance, because Neptune's veil, its cover, kind of clouds over the lighting, the beams that the sun radiates. So at this time, those radiations are your energy, are your vitality, okay? You want to be aware, even though it's a small period of time, when the day before and the day of and the day after comes, you can understand, okay, this is that, all right? This is going to pass. I was reading some other folks recently talking about how they are in the midst of they haven't been this sick in a very long time, as long as they've been sick. We've been having a lot of aspects to Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces. Find out where the Piscean energy is in your chart. I know where it is in your chart. This is Libra Ascendant, Libra Rising. You have the Piscean energy in your 6th house. This is your health, your physical health. The catch for Libra Ascendant, Libra Risings, you want to pay attention to my degrees that I give you, because I know a Virgo Ascendant, Virgo Rising. And when I do the Libra Ascendant, Libra Rising videos, they are actually more closely related to what she has going on in her life, because she has a very small amount of Virgo actually at the ascendant marker. And she's got mostly Libra in her 1st house, which means she has mostly Pisces all in her 6th house. Now, without getting anybody lost, let's just go right back to saying Libra Ascendant, Libra Risings. We're going to talk about the sun and Neptune at 18 degrees in Pisces. Find 18 degrees in Pisces in your chart. It's in your 6th house. So you're going to want to know this, because the 6th house is your health. And if Neptune's on top of the sun, it's a possibility there's going to be a few days in there where you might not feel so energetic. This is also going to be a time when you very likely will have less resistance to substances. All right. So you might not have to take as much as you normally take. Got folks who are on regular, prescribed meds, folks who are using alternatives, and what happens at this time, they find out, oh, holy crap, the normal amount they take knocked them on their ass, right? Just put them out flat. So you want to be aware and knowing ahead of time. March 7th, there's a date for you, the first date. March 7th, March 6th even, you can start feeling it, okay? Now, I want to talk about Neptune a little bit more when it gets mixed with the sun. It's not just about how you feel. Okay, what you want to do is be aware that at this time there is the merging of energies, the emerging of emotions, our intuitive abilities, our ability to pick up on what another is feeling is greatly heightened. Now, this can be kind of cool. It can also be not cool, right? Think about that. There's lots of different kinds of energies. There are certain energies that can lift you, and there are certain energies that can lower you. So you need to be aware of what that is. You need to be aware of what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and how to set up safe borders and boundaries to protect yourself at a time when you may already be feeling low. The last thing you need is to be around somebody else who's going to make you feel even lower, right? Doesn't work well at all right now. Not going to be good. And that leads me to my next point, which is the full moon. The full moon happens at 19 degrees and 37 minutes of Virgo. Well, I just gave out the degrees for the Neptune conjunct the sun. Neptune conjunct sun is at 18 degrees. Full moon happens at 1937. This means we have an opposition. This means the full moon is at the opposite end of Neptune and the sun. All right, so going back to Neptune and the sun, recapping that, it is a time of great awareness of what other people are feeling. Okay? It is a time where others' feelings merge into ours. Okay? So the more aware you are of your own stuff, the more clear you can be about when this is their stuff and not your stuff. It's a great time for people to have wonderful empathic and understanding, great empathy right now. It's a great time for charity. It's a great time to donate your time. It's a great time for doing social work. Okay, it's a great time to volunteer. It's that kind of energy. Now, again, the sun's going to move pretty quick, so this isn't going to be for real long. But because it involves the full moon energy, now let's go over to the other side and talk about that. The full moon is when our energies, when our emotions, to be more specific, because it's the moon, more specifically, our emotions lift, they raise. Now, emotions don't have to be, they could be anything. It could be happy emotions. It could be not so happy emotions. It's emotions that lift, that get elevated. And so understanding that when your emotions are elevated, and then when you're feeling others' emotions, okay, it can get a little overwhelming. So knowing this in advance should help, and knowing in what locations of your life this happens should help. So the Pisces energy, okay, should be occurring, like I said before, in your 6th house. This is your health and your well-being. All right. So it also, not just your health, but it's at work. So you want to be aware of this when you're at work. It's also your daily routines, which means where do you spend most of your hours? Your day-to-day routines. Are you at home most of the time? Like, do you work at home? Wherever you're at, wherever you spend the majority of your hours, that's part of your daily routine. So it is those individuals that you come into contact with. And this could include animals, without a doubt, because the 6th house represents our domesticated pets. Okay? So there could be some really cool communicating going on between you and a pet, and a great understanding that you have for that pet and what they're going through. Right? And their emotions and their feelings and their ability to communicate with you and your ability to understand what the heck they're saying to you. Okay? It's a real thing. So setting up energetic borders and boundaries that will help you to navigate through this time would be great. The window of time I'm giving for the confusion, and we're like these merging of energies. It begins, like I said, March 6th. It goes to the 7th, to the 8th, and then we get to the full moon in the great opposition, which is on the 9th of March. So by March 9th, the full moon's at the height, and it is going to be happening in your 12th house, okay? So the 12th house is a little confusing because it's our subconscious. It's what we're not aware of. I have some things written down, though, for you guys, for the Libra ascendants, because of this, okay? The 12th house, the 6th house is your physical health. The 12th house is the exact opposite, so this is your mental health. So for people who have the Virgo energy, okay, because if you have Libra in your ascendant, then you probably have Virgo in your 12th house. So you want to check your degrees, see if 1937, see if it's in your 12th house. It's all about the subconscious, my past life, things that are hidden from me, things that I am unaware of. So when the moon comes about, it brings up stuff. It shines a light on that which you were not aware of. Okay, so it might not be a whole lot of fun dealing with it. So it's mental health. It can also bring a realization to a subconscious world of communication that goes on with you. There might be, I have written down, a constant tape that's playing in the background all the time. Like I know, like I said earlier, Virgo ascendant, where there's this constant, there's a lot of details because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. And so there's a lot of chatter, maybe. Some of your own constant tapes are going all the time and you might not have been aware of, and some of them might not have been real positive, because this is a discouraging time as well when this happens. We have the moon opposing Neptune, and Neptune can take on a feeling of defeat. All right, Neptune has this, I don't want to deal with that type of energy. It can express that way. A low expression of it is, I don't want to face that. I don't want to deal with that. I'm discouraged, so I back down. And having the moon opposing that might might make you feel as though others are picking on you. You'll have feelings that could be easily bruised. All right, so knowing this in advance should help you to navigate this time, and understanding to delay before you respond. Okay, don't react, but definitely delay. You're in the deep waters of the moon. You're in the deep waters of Pisces. Okay, the moon is our emotions. Pisces waters, it is emotions. All right, and so depending upon who you are and how you let your specific energy express has everything to do with how this will work for you. If you're confused and you need some clarity, comment below and I'll help you get through this. So I hope this has helped put some light upon your path.